Hello there you guys, welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially getting you on some more current latest news. Sorry I haven't been on through the day today. I've currently been busy as you all currently know, but have been reading up some media reports today. As we all know, it's currently last day of the January transfer window. As we all know, it's currently deadline day, so I do presume, probably more deals, will be done tonight, and it does shut 11 o'clock tonight, so deals, if there's any more deals, they have to be done by 11 o'clock tonight. So far, we've seen the signings I've seen Higuain go to Chelsea. I've seen Pulisic go to Chelsea, but will be officially playing for them next season. We've seen Arsenal get Denis Suarez, as we all currently know. I've seen some other transfers that have happened as well. I've seen PSG. I think they've got Leandro Paredes as well. So I have seen quite a few signings, that have been made in this current January transfer window, as we all currently know. Unlikely we're going to be making any signings, of course, as I currently said, because obviously we're still looking to recruit a director of footballing before we do commit to any future signings. As Ed Woodward confirmed, and as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did confirm early on in the window, he doesn't expect us to make any signings. He said it's unlikely that we'll make any signings, and this is what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did say. We still know there's key areas where we do need to strengthen up in our squad, but we'll potentially think about that in the summer as currently well. But big break. We'll go into more detail, as I said, but big breaking news now coming out of the media. As we all know, we've still got players coming to the end of the contracts, but good news coming out of the press that Anthony Martial has committed his long-term future in Manchester United, because reportedly he has signed a 5-year deal with Manchester United with an option. He signed a 5-year deal with Manchester United of an option of a further year, as well as that is confirmed. So he's going to be under contract until 2024. But I do think we have the option of a further year as well. His wage has increasingly gone up. I think it's a deal included in this new contract he signed. He's going to be set to be earning around £200,000 a week. It has confirmed in Sky Sports. But we heard it come out of the media yesterday. It was going to be confirmed before Friday, because France Football suggested out it was going to be confirmed before Friday. So he signed a new 5-year deal, which is very, very good news, because obviously we heard, reports were coming out last week that he was on the brink of signing a new 5-year deal with Manchester United, as that did confirm. And obviously yesterday, as he updated you, it did say he agreed a new 5-year deal. Man United was set to announce the new 5-year deal for Anthony Martial, and it has been fully announced, as we all know. After Man United have had breakthrough in negotiations, Man United, his agent has been in discussions with Manchester United about getting him this long-term contract, as we all currently know. So that is very, very good news indeed, because we know there was John Speck. We know. We know that we all know that there were strong speculation of Anthony Martial leaving the club last summer, because obviously last year, because obviously he had a bad relationship with Jose Mourinho, as we all know, and obviously even his agent he was very, very pessimistic about Martial signing a new long-term deal. He had doubts over it, and also too, he did confirm that Martial did want to leave Manchester United last year, as his current agent confirmed, and obviously we activated a further 12 months on his current contract last year as well, as that did confirm. But as I said, Martial's been here since 2015, so he's been here I think he's been here nearly now 4 years. I think he's played 162 games for Manchester United, as we all currently know, but still young, only 23 years of age, as we all currently know. So we have got him a new 5-year deal at the club, and he's very influential on that left-hand side, as we all know. We know he didn't play against Burnley, and we know he didn't start against Arsenal, but he did come off the bench and score, as we all currently know. But we know how much of an important player Anthony Martial is for us, as we all currently know. So it is very, very good news. After breakthrough in negotiations, Manchester United have come to an agreement for Martial of a 5-year deal with an option, to extend it as well by a further year, so it could go into 2025, June 2025, as that is confirmed. And he's going to be in this new deal. I think his wage is around £200,000 a week, as that is confirmed as well. But he's a very, very good player. We initially paid £36 million for him from Monaco, as we all currently know. But as he did say he loves the club, Anthony Martial. He did want to commit his long-term future here. Obviously, now that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has come into the as manager, as we all currently know. So that's big breaking news on that. Obviously, we've heard recent other players signing contracts. We heard earlier on this month that Scott McTominay signed a new contract with Manchester United. Chris Smalling also signed a new contract with Manchester United, but I still think he could leave the club in next season as well, Chris Smalling. So that's the latest news to update you on that. Give you a bit of an update on what's going on with Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford, because Manchester United want to tie down Marcus Rashford as well to a new long-term deal, because he's 21 years of age and he's very, very good centrally. Is Marcus Rashford, as we all currently know. He looks very, very effective in that number 9 position, as we all know. He's playing on the left against Burnley. I don't think that's his favoured role, but obviously Martial was injured against Burnley, so he didn't feature. So Rashford featured on the left-hand side, and we know mainly since Solskjaer's come in that Martial and Rashford have obviously been first choice, the likes of Lukaku and Alexis Sanchez, as we all know. But it's fair to Solskjaer, he has rejuvenated the form of Lukaku. Sanchez has enjoyed a difficult time, since he's come. He's been here over the years, had a couple of injuries, as we all currently know. But recently, Lukaku has actually, started the last 2 games for Manchester United. I thought it was poor against Burnley, but apart from that, I think his form has been rejuvenated, by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But we know mainly Martial and Rashford have been for choice. Reports are coming out of the media regarding Marcus Rashford. Man United want to tie him down to a new long-term contract. His current deal does end in the next season in 2020, as we all know. But he currently earns, as it did say, around £60,000 a week. So if we can get him to a new long-term deal at Manchester United, he'd be earning probably around £200,000 a week. So there'd be a massive increase in his wage if he was to commit to a new long-term deal. Rashford. Reports are coming out from the Sun saying that Real Madrid have not given up, going for Marcus Rashford. So reportedly, Real Madrid are still interested in getting Marcus Rashford. It mentions that Real Madrid will plot around £100 million in for him, maybe at the end of the season if he doesn't sign a new long-term deal with Manchester United. So Real Madrid have reportedly, not given up on Marcus Rashford, but we know how much of a central player he is, as we all currently know. Scores goals, provides, as he has been showing, especially under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all know, because Real Madrid have had problems of their own since Zinedine Zidane stepped down, and since they lost Ronaldo, they haven't been their potential best of Real Madrid. So they have showed an interest in Marcus Rashford, as we all know. And Marcus Rashford's got a good pedigree of scoring on his debut, as we all currently know. Good pedigree of scoring on his debut. Scored loads and loads of goals for Manchester United. Being United player since the age of 7. Progressing up the ranks fantastically well. And we will be reluctant, to sanction Marcus Rashford off. I know £100 million is a tempting offer, because it is a lot of money for a young player who still needs to grow and develop. And when he grows and develops, he will potentially, get better and better and better, just like Anthony Martial will. But Real Madrid have reportedly, not given their hopes of securing Marcus Rashford at the end of the season, reportedly. We know news is also coming out, regarding Marouane Fellaini, as he have been updating you about Marouane Fellaini. Reportedly now, Manchester United and this Chinese club have come to an agreement on the transfer of Marouane Fellaini. The narrative about this has been, coming out in the last couple of days in the media, as we all currently know. The narrative about this has been coming out in the last couple of days in the media. That reportedly it did say Fellaini was set to become one of the world's highest paid players, because reportedly it did say he agreed an 18 million a year deal to leave United, and he did say reportedly he was going to earn around 18 million a year in China. Reportedly, it hasn't. I don't think a fee has been agreed as yet. I haven't seen a fee being mentioned. I think Man United are recommending that they want around just over £10 million for Marouane Fellaini. But we know we're on deadline day. But obviously in China, their transfer window doesn't shut until the end of February, which is the 28th of February. But reportedly, Man United have come to an agreement with this Chinese club. Reportedly, I think he's going to be signing a contract worth £350,000 a week. That's his salary a week, and it's going to be a 3-year deal and £18 million a year. It has confirmed. Currently at Manchester United, he's on £180,000 a week. He's Marouane Fellaini, as we all know. But reports are coming out saying Fellaini's agreed personal terms to join this team in China, in the Chinese Super League. Can't pronounce the team. Reportedly, he's passed his medical as well, as that has confirmed. But yeah, obviously he's going to go Marouane Fellaini, because obviously he's not going to get first team football anymore, as we all currently know. Being in the Premier League, 11 years now, he's been in the Premier League a lot of years as Fellaini. Obviously, we've had him since 2013. All in all, he's made 177 appearances, for Manchester United. He's been here 5.5 years, 6 years nearly. Said, but obviously Fellaini only signed a new 2-year deal last summer, as we all currently know. But since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come in, he's only played 31 minutes under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And obviously, first choice is obviously Herrera, Matic, and Pogba. That trio in our midfield, our first choice, who do look very, very effective. To be quite honest with you. So obviously Fellaini doesn't fit this new system. He doesn't fit this new regime. Obviously, he's currently injured at the moment. He's Marouane Fellaini. As we all currently know, so he's set for the move to China as well. As I did update you on that yesterday as well. But as I did say, we've got other players, coming to the end of the contracts, as we all currently know, as it has confirmed. We've got other players coming to the end of the deals that, as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did come out saying that he doesn't expect any departures in this January window. Basically, he did say as well, Solskjaer does expect, he says contract negotiations were progressing with the likes of De Gea and that. Obviously, we've got Martial a new 5-year deal now, as that's confirmed. I think De Gea should be the next, to sign a new long-term deal. We've been in talks, obviously, signing Juan Mata a new 1-year extension as well, considering that he's age 30. We're not willing to offer a new long-term deal. We're not willing to offer a new long-term contract for Juan Mata because obviously he's age 30, and obviously we have that policy to not offer players long-term contracts that are age 30 or over. But yeah, De Gea reportedly, as he has confirmed, he's committing his long-term future in Manchester United, as we all know, David De Gea. David De Gea, who's been here since 2011, he's been here a good number of years now, as we all currently know, as David De Gea. He's been here a good number of years. He's made over 300 odd appearances, in all competitions, as we all know, as David De Gea. And he's been here a good number of years now. He's won the club's Player of the Year 4 out of 5 seasons. He's won Smack Buzzer Player of the Year quite a few times. And he's won everything at Manchester United. Of course, he's been here a good 8 years now, as we all know. Last year, we activated a 12-month extension on his current contract last year as well, as I currently said. Real Madrid nearly got him in 2015. We know that Juventus and Paris Saint-Germain had been interesting, but I do think De Gea, he's happy at Manchester United, to be quite honest with you. But as I did say, I think he's demanding that he wants in the process of around £300,000 a week if he is to commit to a new long-term deal with Manchester United. So hopefully we can get him a new deal as well. But speaking about Juan Mata, as I said, Man United have reportedly offered him a 1-year extension on his current deal, on his current contract. Man United have offered him a 1-year extension on his current contract. Juan Mata, as it has confirmed, 1-year extension on his current contract because it's set to come to an end in the summer, as we all currently know. But as I was saying, about Juan Mata, reportedly his agent's been to Barcelona to have negotiations because reportedly Barcelona have been interested in him. It did say Arsenal had been interested in Juan Mata as well. He used to play under Mourinho, and he was a lot younger in his prime. Juan Mata, as we all currently know, he played under Mourinho when he's a lot younger in his prime. When he was at Valencia. Had 4 years with Valencia, and he does miss Spain because he actually, when he's a lot younger in his prime, had a lot of experience, of playing in Spain, Juan Mata. But, he's been in the Premier League a number of years now, a good, 8 years at least. He's been, 8 years. This was including his 3 years he had with Chelsea. He's been here now a good, 4.5, 5 years now with Manchester United. He's made over 200 appearances, as Juan Mata, as we all currently know. But, I think he's been a very, very good player, since we got him in 2014. We paid just under £40 million for him from Chelsea. And obviously, he's won everything in the Premier League, as Juan Mata, as we all know, apart from the Premier League, and that's the only thing, Juan Mata hasn't won. But, there's been a few teams that have expressed their interest in him, but we have offered him a 1-year extension, reported after Man United have been in talks, to get him a new 1-year extension on his current contract. And I'm hopeful, that we can get Ander Herrera a new deal, with the club as well. I hope that we can get Ander Herrera a new deal with Manchester United as well, because Ander Herrera, as I said, I think he's played a big part in the team, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come in. I think he's becoming more of a regular. He's Ander Herrera. He's coming more of a regular in the team. He complements our midfield very, very well, and he comes to an end of his deal in the summer, and I hope somewhere along the lines, we can get Ander Herrera a new deal at the club as well, which would be very, very nice. But we have been in talks of securing him a new deal, and he's been here a good 4.5, 5 seasons now with Manchester United. But I think he's played a big part in the team, since Solskjaer's come in. And, Ashley Young as well. Man United have been in talks of signing him another 1-year extension on his contract term as well, because he's failed to sign an extension at the moment. Considering that Ashley Young is 33 years of age, obviously we won't be willing to offer him no longer than a 12-month contract term extension, considering that he's age 33. He's been here a number of years as Ashley Young, as we all know, and he's won everything here, of course. Experienced fullback, as we all know. Well, mainly was a right winger in his when he was younger in his prime, but we actually select him as a right back. Obviously, his first choice right back for Manchester United is Ashley Young, as we all currently know. So we have been in talks of securing him a new deal, and he's made over 300 odd appearances, since he's been at Manchester United as well. But yeah, so we've got to sort these contract renewals out. So we've secured Anthony Martial a new 5-year deal. So hopefully next it will be, De Gea, and then hopefully, Juan Mata and all that. But we do need to try and get Rashford, to a new long-term deal, as we all know, because Real Madrid will reportedly go for him at the end of the season. I think they are willing to pay up to £100 million. That's what it's suggesting out. That's what the Sun are explaining, as we all know. But he'll get a big wage increase anyway if he does sign a new long-term deal with Man United. If Man United can get him a new long-term deal, because his current deal ends in 2020. He's only on £60,000 a week, as we all know. So obviously would demand that he would want quite a bit more, money in terms of his wages, as we all currently know, as I said. But Real Madrid have reportedly not given up. These players I do think will leave. Obviously Fellaini's going to China, but I do think more players will probably leave in the summer. To be quite honest with you, I think Valencia, it did report saying that Fulham and Newcastle were interested in Antonio Valencia. Valencia can't get into the team at the moment, as we all currently know. He's struggling in the team, is Antonio Valencia. He's made over 300 odd appearances since he's been here. He's been here, of course, since 2009 as Antonio Valencia. And he's been a good servant, over the years. He's been a good essential right back as Antonio Valencia, as we all currently know. But he can't get into the team this season. He's hardly played in the Premier League this season. So, as I do think, Valencia could go in the summer. We do have the options, I think, to extend his contract by a further year. He's 33 now, as we all know. But to be quite honest with you, I don't think we will sign him this I don't think we'll sign in this 1-year contract extension, to be quite honest with you, because I do think he could actually leave Manchester United, in the summer, could Antonio Valencia. But he's been a good, player over the years, but obviously he can't get into the team anymore. I do think we need that right-hand side of dressing. I think we need a strong central defender. We need a centre defensive midfielder that's fast and tenacious, because as I did say, all our attack is coming from the left, as we all currently know. And potentially, I do think players like Smalling and Jones could be gone next season as well. They could be gone next season. I know it's been mainly Jones and Lindelof who have been playing as a centre-back partnership, since Solskjaer's come in. I think Bailly needs to, get more of an opportunity to play alongside Lindelof, because I think Bailly, even though he struggled to get in the team this season, I still think he's got great potential. I still think he's a very, very good centre-back. And I think Lindelof's really, really improved this season, for Manchester United as well. And I have been impressed with his performances as well, Victor Lindelof. But as I did say, I do think, Marcus Rojo could be going in the summer as well, because he struggled, at Manchester United. He's enjoyed a difficult time, since he's come to Manchester United, to be quite honest with you, Marcus Rojo struggled to get game time, as we all know, as Marcus Rojo struggled with his fitness regime, had a lot of injury problems, as we all know, as Marcus Rojo, as I said. So I potentially think, he could be going in the summer, to be quite honest with you. So then it does make room, to get a strong centre-back in the summer, as we all know, which is likely it's going to be Koulibaly, as I mentioned. I do think, Darmian, will probably be going in the summer as well. It reportedly said that Juventus and Inter Milan were interested in Matteo Darmian. Obviously had a lot of experience of playing in Italy, when he was a lot younger in his prime, played for Milan, played for Torino. I think we have activated a 1-year extension on his current deal contract, Matteo Darmian. But Matteo Darmian's enjoyed a very, very difficult time, since he's come to Manchester United, to be quite honest with you. He's enjoyed a difficult time as Darmian, because he's struggled to get in the team, as we all know, as Matteo Darmian. This is why there's been, speculation of him leaving as well. So I do think, there could be, players leaving. I do think Ashley Young's past it now, to be quite honest with you. He has passed it now, as Ashley Young, as we all currently know. But as I did say, signings, won't be happening, for us in this January window. It's unlikely it'll happen now. It's deadline day, as I said. As Ed Woodward did confirm, it's unlikely Manchester United will make any signings. Solskjaer said that, but Ed Woodward wants to get a director of football in, before we commit to any future signings. Before we commit to any future signings. But we have spent a lot of money. We spent £400 million on 11 players, under Jose Mourinho, and we spent about £800 million, since Alex Ferguson retired. As we all currently know. But I do have great belief in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, to be quite honest with you. First 9 games, we've played 9 games under him. We've won 8 games, out of that 9, as we all currently know. 24 goals scored, but he's got the team playing with heart, desire, passion. He's got the belief back in the team. He's got the fluidity back in the team, as we all currently know. As I said, 24 goals scored. 9 games we've played. We've won 8 out of 9. I know, so his 100% record is now over as Manchester United manager. Could have made history against, Burnley. Could have made history in the Premier League on Tuesday against Burnley, because he could have become the first manager to win his first 7 Premier League games, because he'd beaten Guardiola's record, who won his first 6. You know, he'd beaten Carlo Ancelotti's record, who won his first 6 as well. And it wasn't a terrible performance. You know, we did have a lot of chances in that Burnley game. We had a lot of chances. You know, we had 28 shots on goal. I think there were 35 crosses in the game as well. Had the majority of the possession, but I do think it was a bit slow. So it wasn't a great performance as what we've seen in the likes of Cardiff was a great performance, Bournemouth was a great performance, and all that. You know, it wasn't the same type of performance as we all currently know, but we did have a lot of chances. I thought we were a bit slow. You know, Burnley did cause us problems, you know, in the game. But as I said, Solskjaer did make 5 changes in that game because he included Andres Pereira in the squad. As we all know, he was included in the squad. Mata had a poor game. He got included in the squad because we know mainly Lingard's being first choice over Juan Mata. You know, obviously Martial wasn't playing because reportedly he was expected injury. I don't know what the injury is. It said he was injured though. So Rashford full his spot on that left hand side. So he did make some, you know, 5 changes in that game as well. But we did still have a lot of chances in that game, you know, that we should have put away. I think a lot of them were wasteful opportunities, to be quite honest with you. There were some decent ones where Tom Heaton had to pull a couple of decent saves off. David De Gea had to make a couple of decent saves in the game. But in the end, you know, it was a good comeback in the end. It was a really good comeback because we were 2-0 down. You know, that gives us a glimpse of the Alex Ferguson days as well. You know, all them comebacks, all them late equalisers. So we are getting a glimpse of the Fergie days now, you know, of what Solskjaer's brought to the club. But it was good to see Lindelof. He got his first goal for Manchester United. You know, Pogba scoring from the penalty spot, as we all currently know as well. But we scored in the 93rd minute of stoppage time, you know, to get a point. We scored 2 late goals in the game as well. And, you know, 9 out of 10 times when you're losing 2-0, especially at that time, as I said, you're definitely beaten, and you're nearly beaten, as I currently said. But Solskjaer, I still think, is the right man for Manchester United. You know, I still have a lot of belief in him. You know, he knows the culture of the club, he knows the trappings of the club, he knows everything about the club because he was a great manager. You know, he was a great player. Sorry for like 11 years under Fergie, as we all know. You know, won trophies under Alex Ferguson, scored loads and loads of goals, scored in 1999 final, and he was a great player, and he knows about the club. And as I did say, you know, he watched some of these players grow and develop. You know, when he was managing the reserve team, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I said, but he's got the players expressing themselves, as he did say, get them enjoying football. He was talking about rotating, you know, giving everybody the chance, you know, to express themselves, in the Manchester United squad. And, you know, Solskjaer has done this, but you can't win every game. Burnley was disappointing, but obviously we've got to try and, you know, get 3 points against Leicester on Sunday, as we all currently know. But as I did say, yeah, so it was a bit disappointing, but, you know, we'll bounce back, as we all know. His objective is to get in that top 4 this season, as we all know. His objective is top 4. I think we could still, you know, we could win the FA Cup, and what an achievement that would be if we can win the FA Cup, you know, get into the top 4, you know, because we want Champions League for next season, as I said. You know, that would be a very, very nice indeed. That would be a very, very nice indeed if we can get top 4 this season. You know, get Champions League for next season as well. But you know, we had some good news, you know, from yesterday's results, as we all know. Chelsea losing away to Bournemouth by 4-0. You know, you wouldn't have expected that in a million years, would you? You know, price on that must have been over 100 to 1 if you know, the odds on that, you know, the bookies, if you were to go to the bookies. And that's Chelsea's heaviest defeat for over 20 odd, I think it's for about 23 years, is it? Or something like that, you know. But Bournemouth beat them by 4-0, and that's something you wouldn't expect. You know, Liverpool dropping points against Leicester, drawing 1-1 with Leicester. And to be quite fair, I'll credit Leicester. Leicester have done pretty decent against the big teams this season. You know, they beat City. You know, they beat City. They beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. You got a draw with Liverpool, you know, yesterday as well. And Liverpool, you know, Liverpool were disappointed because they know they had the chance to extend their lead more at the top, but they only got a point. So they now, I think, they remain 5 points at the top. The Liverpool, because City obviously lost to Newcastle, didn't they, on Tuesday night? So Liverpool had the chance, you know, to extend it to 7, but they drew the game 1-1, as I currently said. But there's been a few shots, you know. Newcastle beating City, you know, Newcastle beating Man City was a shock. Bournemouth beating Chelsea was a shock. Liverpool not beating Leicester was a shock as well. Teams do start to play at this stage of the season, as we all currently know. But yeah, I was very, very shocked at that Bournemouth-Chelsea game, to be quite honest with you, considering that, you know, Chelsea obviously have now got Gonzalo Higuain in their team, as we all know. Obviously, you know, they've got Pulisic for next season as well. So yeah, Chelsea haven't bad in this January window, you know, compared to us, because we haven't got anybody. I was hopeful that we was going to get at least one signing in this January window, you know, to be quite honest with you, because you can see now as well, Arsenal, you know, confirming the signing of Denis Suarez as well. Arsenal could still get somebody else, you know, before the window shuts tonight, as I currently said. But we'll go into a bit of Arsenal's news. I do want to update you with now on this current video. I'm going to give you an update now. So reportedly, as we all know, Arsenal are only restricted to loan signings in this January window, as we all currently know. So Zoom may confirm they can only make loan signings. Ruled out Arsenal are making any permanent signings, as we all currently know. So Arsenal are only restricted to loan signings because obviously they've got financial restrictions, as we all currently know. But Arsenal have still got problems of their own, as they all currently know. As I currently said, Arsenal have got problems of their own. Obviously, they're going for the top four this season, you know, to invest more money into the club, you know, to get into the Champions League for next season, as we all know. But reports have been coming out about a bit of Arsenal's transfer news today, because we know, obviously, they've got an owner that's not investing any money into the club, and Arsenal obviously want him out. This is a transition season for Arsenal. Unai it's only Unai's first season, so Arsenal do need to back him more, as I currently said, and he hasn't done bad, you know, considering it is his first season with Arsenal. He's still got the summer, obviously, you know, to strengthen up as well as Unai, as well. They have got injury problems, to be fair. They've got long-term absences, you know, to Hector Bellerin, who's out. You know, they've got Rob Holding out, they've got Welbeck out, they've got obviously Koscielny and Socrates out as well through injury. So they have got injury problems of Arsenal, as I said. But obviously, as he did confirm yesterday, that brought positive news for Arsenal. Arsenal did confirm the loan signing of 25-year-old Denis Suarez, as it was confirmed yesterday. He completed his medical, and obviously Arsenal got him on loan. Arsenal paid a loan fee of around 2 million, was it, with the buyout option to make the deal permanent in the summer by paying, I think, around 17-18 million pounds, as we all know. But Arsenal have confirmed the signing of Denis Suarez, and Arsenal will have to think about, is he going to hit the ground running? Arsenal going to have to think about, is Denis Suarez going to hit the ground running, you know, with Arsenal? I think, you know... Hi, Bev.
Yeah. Did you... I tell you?
Yeah.
Text your mum.
It was funny.
So, set your alarm for 6:30.
Yeah.
If you're not up by 7:20,
yeah,
you'll be getting thrown out of bed.
Alright.
And you're getting kicked out of the house
Alright.
at 7:20.
Alright.
And that'll happen each
Alright.
day.
Alright, Bev.
Okay?
Alright. It was funny when you think about it.
What in for it?
My dad said, yeah. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, so they did confirm the signing of Denis Suarez, so that is their first signing of this January window. So they've got him on loan, as we all know, with the option to make the deal permanent in this summer. But it wasn't looking likely at one point, because it did confirm, was it last week, that talks had broken down between Arsenal and Barcelona, as we all currently know, because Arsenal were refusing to commit to a permanent deal, because obviously Barcelona wanted to basically sanction him off permanently, as we all know, because they have got a lot of midfielders at Barcelona, and Barcelona wanted to sanction him off permanently, as we all currently know. Barcelona wanted to sanction him out on loan, as we all know, but with the obligation, you know, to buy him in the summer. But Arsenal wanted to get him on loan with the option to buy him in the summer, and that was the potential. The difference, as we all currently know. But he did confirm, he did extend his current contract until 2021, as that did confirm. Throughout this loan, Arsenal are going to be paying the entirety of his wages throughout this loan. Depending on how he progresses until the end of the season, then Arsenal will think about if they do want to make the deal permanent, and then that will cost Arsenal an extra 17-18 million pounds, as we all currently know. But we know the narrative has been going on about this for the whole window. Arsenal had obviously approached his representatives. Arsenal had been in negotiations with Barcelona, and obviously now Denis Suarez is reuniting with Unai, as we all know. He's reuniting with Unai. Previously worked with him, did Unai, you know, when he was on loan at Sevilla. But, you know, he was at Barcelona a few years, you know, with Denis Suarez. You know, obviously this season, you know, he was struggling for game time under his belt, was Denis Suarez. I think he played 71 times, you know, for Barcelona, did Denis Suarez. He's played for Villarreal in the past as well, as Denis Suarez, as we all know. But obviously, Barcelona seem to have softened the stance, because obviously they did get the signing of Kevin De Prince Boateng. Obviously, they've got the signing of Frankie de Jong, because Barcelona agreed £65 million fee with Ajax, but I don't think I think he's going to be officially joining them in the summer. Is Frankie de Jong as well? So Barcelona, have got a good, have got quite a few midfielders in their team. But as I did say, yeah, so Arsenal completed the first signing of this January window, but Umremme is still hopeful that he can complete a second one, before the window does end tonight, as we all currently know. But Denis Suarez is versatile because he can play on the left, he can play on the right, he can play centrally. He's 25 years of age, and do you think he'll grow and develop, under Umremme, Denis Suarez? We all know, but he got officially confirmed, as we all know. But yeah, Barcelona in the end seemed to soften the stance, breakthrough in negotiations, as I said, and the Barcelona boss had currently confirmed, as we all know. And Denis Suarez did want to make the move, as he did confirm. He did want to make the move to Arsenal, as he did currently confirm. So that's very, very good news for Arsenal. As I currently said. But there's been other reports coming out today that Arsenal have been linked with, with Yannick Carrasco, as we all know. We know that Arsenal have been linked with him in the last couple of days. I have been hearing about that in the last couple of days, that reportedly Arsenal have been in talks of getting Yannick Carrasco on loan with the option to buy him in the summer, reportedly. And so the narrative has come out about this story today that Arsenal are not going to get Yannick Carrasco on loan. They're not going to get Ivan Perisic on loan, reportedly, because obviously the reason is now reportedly over the Yannick Carrasco situation. It did confirm Arsenal have been in talks over getting Yannick Carrasco on loan, reportedly. It did actually say that Yannick Carrasco's agent did come out urging Arsenal, to make the move fast. He did still believe, did his agent, that Arsenal could secure a loan move for Yannick Carrasco. But as I did say, it did reportedly say that AC Milan are reportedly interested in him as well. AC Milan had made inquiries about getting Yannick Carrasco. Reportedly, Delaney Yifang, which is a Chinese club, reportedly wanted around £35 million for him. It did confirm they were willing to let him go out on loan, Yannick Carrasco. This Chinese club were willing to let him go out on loan, reportedly, and then maybe make the deal permanent in the summer by paying around £35 million. But it did confirm Arsenal have been in talks, with the Chinese club. They've been in talks with Yannick Carrasco's representatives, as that has confirmed. But now, as it has confirmed in the media today, Arsenal failed to come to an agreement on the loan fee with this Chinese club. And now, reportedly, his current agent now has ruled out of him making a move. This Yannick Carrasco. So it's looking likely he's going to be staying in China with this team. But reportedly, he has been taken. He has been taken off the transfer market as Yannick Carrasco. So potentially now he is not going to be making the move. AC Milan were strongly interested in him, as we all know. He was willing to take a pay cut, was Yannick Carrasco, as we all know. He was willing to take a pay cut because the narrative about this started at the beginning of the window, that Arsenal were very, very interested in him. Obviously, they couldn't get him permanently. There were talks that obviously his wages was a problem of him maybe joining Arsenal because they've got financial restrictions. But he did say he was willing to take a pay cut, was Yannick Carrasco. But the narrative has stemmed up about, in the last 2 or 3 days I've been hearing. But now, as reports have come out today, Arsenal are not going to get the pursuit of Yannick Carrasco because they haven't come to an agreement with his China club. He's 25, Yannick Carrasco. He's Belgium. He plays on the wing, as we all currently know. He's only been in China. He's been at China a year. He had 2.5 years with Atletico Madrid. He scored in Champions League final. He began his senior career in Monaco, where he scored 20 goals in 105 professional games. As we all know, this player. This Yannick Carrasco, and I think he began his youth career with Genk, did Yannick Carrasco, but I think he was at one point, keen on the move to the Emirates, was Yannick Carrasco, as I currently said. So that's in jeopardy now. So potentially the Ivan Perisic situation. We know that Arsenal have been interested in Ivan Perisic, but their pursuit of Ivan Perisic now is currently over. So now they've turned their intentions of looking at PSG midfielder Christian Nkunku, as we all currently know. But the Perisic situation, as we all know, Arsenal are not going to be getting Perisic on loan, as we all know, because reportedly reports are coming out saying that Perisic had actually put a transfer request in. Arsenal held negotiations about getting Ivan Perisic on loan, but the Inter Milan director confirmed he does want to leave Inter Milan. He did confirm that Perisic put a transfer request in, but as the Inter Milan director confirmed, that reportedly, according to the Inter Milan director, they have received no offers for Ivan Perisic reportedly. And as I did say, Arsenal inquired about getting him on loan. Reportedly, Inter Milan rejected a loan offer from Arsenal, plus with a buy option in the summer. Reportedly, Inter Milan did recommend that they wanted around 35, 36 million pounds for him. I think Arsenal put a loan fee of around just over 4 million pounds to get him on loan, with the option to make the deal permanent in the summer by paying around 35, 36 million pounds. But the difference was Inter Milan wanted to either sanction him off permanently, which they would have gone along with, but Arsenal can't do this. But Inter Milan wanted to sanction him off permanently, as that did confirm, or they wanted to see him out on loan with the obligation to buy in the summer. But obviously Arsenal didn't offer an obligation, to make the deal permanent in the summer, as we all know. They offered the loan fee with the option to buy in the summer, and Inter Milan obviously wanted to sanction him out on loan with the obligation to buy in the summer. But that didn't come to process, as we all know. So it's confirmed that Perisic is going to be staying at Inter Milan. Saying about Ivan Perisic, he has been training on his own, as we all currently know. He hasn't been that good this season, Ivan Perisic. He's been in Inter Milan a number of years, but he hasn't been as good, Ivan Perisic, as we all currently know. He hasn't been as good, Ivan Perisic, as he has been in recent seasons. It did confirm, that Man United were interested in him. Man United held negotiations. Also Atletico Madrid, it did confirm, held negotiations over Ivan Perisic, as we all know, because we've been linked with him for the last year or two, as we all currently know, Ivan Perisic. Obviously, he signed a 5-year deal back in 2017, extended his contract till 2022, Ivan Perisic, as we all currently know. But he's a good winner. He's 29. He had a good World Cup last summer with Croatia. He can play as a winner, second striker, attacking midfielder, so he is versatile. But I think he's mainly a winner, is Ivan Perisic. And I think he did want to leave Inter Milan, as he did confirm he put a transfer request in. But obviously Inter Milan made it clear they didn't want they were only willing to sanction him out on loan to Arsenal if Arsenal were willing to commit to an obligation in the summer, as that did confirm. As that did confirm. And Ivan Perisic is obviously an ex-Club Brugge, Borussia Dortmund and Wolfsburg player, as we all currently know as well. So Arsenal are not going to get Perisic. They're not going to get Yannick Carrasco. But what I was saying about Perisic, if Arsenal were willing to say, we're going to get you on loan, and then we're going to include an obligation to make the deal permanent in the summer, then Inter Milan probably would have gone along with it. But Arsenal offered a loan for Ivan Perisic with an option to buy in the summer, not with an obligation to buy in the summer, and that was the difference. And Inter Milan weren't willing to go along with that, as we all currently know. But Perisic is 29. He's obviously we've been linked to him for the last couple of years. I think obviously we weren't willing to pay the £48 million at the time. We was linked with him, so obviously we didn't get a deal over the line for Perisic. But obviously now they're going to be missing out on Yannick Carrasco and Ivan Perisic. Obviously now they've turned their intentions on Christopher Nkunku, the PSG midfielder, as we all currently know. 21 years of age. He's a France under-21 international. Is this Christopher Nkunku, as we all currently know. And I think he's keen on reuniting with Emery, as it has confirmed, since Thomas Tuchel has become PSG boss, he's found game time very, very difficult, as this Christopher Nkunku, as we all know. Reports were coming out saying that Arsenal have held negotiations with Paris Saint-Germain. Arsenal have inquired about getting him on loan with the buyout option in the summer, to make the deal, with the option to make the deal permanent in the summer. Reportedly, it costs the loan fee would cost Arsenal about £1 or £2 million, I think, with the option to make the deal permanent in the summer, as we all know. Reportedly, PSG have reportedly agreed this. They've agreed to let him go out on loan to Arsenal, but reportedly first, before this does happen, PSG do want a replacement. Obviously, Paris Saint-Germain reportedly want a replacement before they allow Christopher Nkunku, to join Arsenal, reportedly. Before they let Christopher Nkunku, join Arsenal, reportedly. So PSG do want a replacement first, as we all currently know, because obviously PSG have just got Leandro Paredes, as we all know. Obviously, as I said, they've got Neymar out as well for 10 weeks. As I said, I think Verratti's recently been injured for PSG as well, but they're still looking for reinforcements in that midfield. Rabiot's probably likely to leave in the summer, I think, as well, when he comes to an end of his deal. So PSG do want a replacement, and reportedly they are linked with Everton's Guy, whoever you pronounce his name, is called Guy or something like that. But what Arsenal are hoping that that PSG can get this guy from Everton, so then Arsenal can get Christopher Nkunku, as I currently said. But if PSG do get this guy before the deadline date, before the transfer window shuts today, as we all currently know, I think Arsenal will get Christopher Nkunku. So they have turned their intentions on him due to that Arsenal have missed out on Carrasco, they've missed out on Perisic, as we all currently know. Other reports have been coming out today as well regarding Mesut Ozil this morning from the press. I do want to update you on as well. Reportedly, Mesut Ozil, as we all know, he's been linked to. There's been strong speculation of him leaving Arsenal this month because obviously he's failed to adapt himself under Unai Emery. He got a contract worth £350,000 a week as Mesut Ozil, as we all know. But obviously he's failed to adapt himself under Unai Emery, and he hasn't been getting the opportunities under Unai Emery, and he's failed to adapt himself. And reportedly he's been linked to a move away from Arsenal as Mesut Ozil, as we all know. But he doesn't want to leave Arsenal. I still think he still wants to stay at Arsenal, does Mesut Ozil, but his future is uncertain. He probably will stay, and he probably may leave in the summer, to be quite honest with you. But reports have been coming out today regarding that Paris Saint-Germain have reportedly offered a lot of inquired about getting Mesut Ozil on loan. I think PSG did agree to pay his full current wages he currently receives as well. But reportedly, from Ozil's perspective, he has turned this loan offer down. So he's turned, PSG have put a loan move in, reportedly, for Mesut Ozil, and reportedly Ozil has turned this down, you know, according to the German press, that he doesn't want to leave Arsenal on loan, as it has confirmed. Because PSG obviously see him as a short-term replacement for Neymar, because Neymar's obviously out for 10 weeks, as we all currently know. But Ozil struggled this season. He's well Premier League proven. I think this is his 6th season now, is it? You know, with Arsenal Football Club. He's Mesut Ozil, and he has been good over the years. As I said, as Mesut Ozil, but there has been strong speculation of him leaving, and as Unai Emery did currently say, what did Unai Emery say was looking to sanction him off to raise some funds, and he actually demanded Mesut Ozil, you know, to leave Arsenal as well. Did you know, Unai Emery, as we all know. But reportedly PSG have showed an interest in Mesut Ozil today. They've offered to get him on loan. And reportedly, Ozil, from his own perspective, has turned this down, as I said. But Arsenal signing off Christopher Nkunku does depend on whether PSG do get this guy from Everton or not. So that is the crucial part in this as well. But he's keen on reuniting with Unai this Christopher Nkunku, as I currently said. But Arsenal have inquired, you know, to get him on loan, as we all currently know. So yeah, that's mainly the latest news to update you with, as I said. But yeah, Arsenal have now confirmed the signing of Denis Suarez, and it'd be good to see, you know, how he performs with Arsenal, because Arsenal have got good players, as we all know. They've got Aubameyang and Lacazette that lead the lines and the score goals, as we all know. So they look very, very good, you know, for Arsenal, you know, as I currently said. But yeah, that's mainly everything to update you. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel, guys. If you do consider subscribe, we'll be back live with some.